Hi guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that keeps coming up. It's a question that keeps popping up on Instagram and Facebook and even Twitter. And it's basically how to stay motivated. Um, Everyone asks me that. I think that's like the most common question or request that I have gotten. And for those of you that don't know, I started this channel to document my fitness journey. I started about 6 months ago on NBC's hit show Strong at 205 pounds. What most people don't know is that I actually dropped about 15 pounds before that from my peak weight before I even got on the show. So at my peak, I was 220 pounds. And I gradually came down from there. I made my way down to 205 before I even went on Strong. So when I started my journey full throttle, full force on the show, I was 205. And when I was done with the show, for the finale, the last of it, what you saw the before and after, which I'll show after this video as well, for those of you who didn't see it. I ended so I started at a 205 pound size 16, and then I ended at, I believe was 167, 166, 167. And I had lost 48 pounds of fat, and I had gained 11 pounds of muscle. Somehow that works out, but we had all kinds of scans and, very cool, sophisticated tests done before and after, so that's how we know. So that's what happened, and from then on, and I was a size 8 when I ended. I'm a 6 now, 6-ish. Since then, I've kept it up. I've kept working out, and my nutrition is fairly on point. I track my macros, balance my macros, and I eat very healthy. Not perfect all the time, but I've stayed on track, and I have a lot of fitness goals. I really want to finish cutting the fat or losing fat to get to a certain body fat percentage and put on more muscle. The process is a little bit different when you're just like losing fat or weight, if you will. Nutrition is a little bit different. Maybe calories are a little bit lower. When you're building muscle, you're maybe not doing as much cardio or conditioning, and you're eating probably more calories and different. Your diet's just a little bit different because you're just putting on muscle. So it can get tricky. Doing both is possible, but it's tricky because nutrition is different for both. So it can be, a little bit tricky, especially for me that I had probably the most to lose, or I was close to the biggest when I started. So anyway, it's been a long journey, and while we were on the show, we were working out. I got eliminated very, very early on, so I was offered to stay and keep training, which was amazing because that's what I wanted. I wanted the transformation, and so I stayed for 3 months at Calamigos Ranch where we filmed the show, and I just focused on training. I no longer had to compete, so basically I was sleeping, eating, and working out. I was working out like 3 times a day, eating very, very clean, and that's pretty much all we were doing. And it was very difficult sometimes to stay motivated because you had like 3 months of the same exact thing day in and day out. And we've heard horror stories about other reality shows that don't have access to any kind of technology. And so luckily we had some television, very limited, but we had some television, and I had the privacy of my own room, which is definitely a luxury when you're doing a reality show, and some internet access. Limited, but we have some internet access. And it's been hard to stay motivated and to kind of remember every single day why you're getting after it. And so if there's anybody that knows the struggle of, fighting that loss of motivation, is me. When I came home from there, then you add the everyday stress, the hustle and bustle of your daily life. I am now, back in running my business and dealing with clients, and I'm a wedding photographer, so doing all of that, and meal prepping and trying not to fall off and eat all the whole wedding cake every Saturday. But part of what I wanted to talk about today is basically, when you start something like this, when you start a weight loss or fitness journey, I think the most important thing is just starting, just going. I think that nowadays there are so many methods and techniques and styles of training and nutrition and diet this and just so many fads. And I think that people try to figure it all out before they start. Well, what am I going to be doing? And how am I going to, lose my, 30, 50, 100 pounds? And I think the most important thing is to just start. Just change one thing that you are not doing and do that, and then subtract one thing that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing. So maybe less beer or no soda, or cut the eating out part, or maybe portion control, or the candy bars. Cut back on one thing that you're doing every day. Substitute that coffee, that sugar in your coffee. Use maybe stevia, or find one thing that you can change, and then work out more, sweat more, take the stairs, take that class you've been wanting to take, that Zumba class, or that boxing class, or whatever it is. Just do one thing. I think that once you see a little bit of a change, whether it's weight, or whether it's a little bit more energy, or you just feel a little bit happier, I think that that's what's gonna kick your mind into gear. As you go, as you start working out more, as you start eating a little bit healthier and being a little bit more health conscious, then you'll start to be curious about how to do certain things. Or, okay, well, what if I wanted to really eat a healthier lunch or dinner, or maybe you're curious about macros and how to count that, and how to go into balancing macros, or finding better recipes, or weightlifting, or you start as you go. You'll learn as you go, and I think that's what's important. You can't learn it all and figure it all out before you start. You'll go crazy. I know that I did. I'm a major control freak, and I try to have it all written out. How is this going to happen? And I drove my coach crazy, because you can't. You just got to go. You just got to trust the process and just go. 1 pound at a time, one body fat percentage at a time, one pant size, or whatever it is. You just got to stick with it, and you just got to give it a chance, and see a little bit. Once you see a little bit of a result, then it becomes an addiction. Then you want to keep going. My advice to stay motivated is set two types of goals: a short-term goal and a long-term goal. I think that a lot of us get stuck at the long-term goal. Okay, well, I know I need to lose 100 pounds. That just seems so out there. I mean, how is that ever going to happen? So, okay, for the long-term goal, okay, yes, health-wise, your doctor said you need to drop maybe around 100 pounds to be healthier, or 50 or 30 or whatever it is. Okay, that's the long-term goal. That's great. But maybe set a short-term goal, something a little bit more achievable that you can see sooner. So maybe you want to do a push-up, or maybe you want to do, drop a dress size or a pant size. that can be done, something you can see, not that's not related to the scale, that's visible. That's I think very important. I think that um, for me, when I started, I really thought that I was going to be dropping like 10 pounds a week, and I think that it's important for you to have realistic expectations. You shouldn't drop 10 pounds a week. I mean, it depends where you're at, but I think 1.5 to 3 max is very it's achievable, and it's not and it's healthy. You don't want to get carried away. You don't want to be unhealthy, and you don't want to mess with your body too much. I mean, just eat more veggies. Find alternatives. I have a sweet tooth, and so what worked for me is I allow myself 100 calories a day of crap. So what that means is 100 calories is not much. So you definitely can't have a slice of cheesecake for your 100 calories. That's not going to work. So for me, my 100 calories of crap is like, and crap, by crap, I mean food that does nothing for your body. Because if it's something nutritious, then it's not. It's nutrition. It's real food, and you need it, and that counts as regular calories. So I eat about 1,500 calories a day, 14 to 1,500 calories a day, and 100 of those are allowed to be crap. So for me, that might be some, sugar-free Jello, or some, light Cool Whip, or, like a little piece of chocolate, just something, like barbecue sauce, or maybe a little bit of ranch, or some ketchup, or stuff that isn't going to do anything for your body, that's not, contributing to your nutrition, but that tastes good and it makes things a little bit more fun. So every night I have a little like pudding thing that I make with protein powder and PB2 and a little bit of almond milk, so it becomes this like fudge, and I add a little bit of Cool Whip. So that could be, maybe I do half and half, a little bit of Cool Whip, and maybe I had a little bit of barbecue sauce on something. And it's just kind of to spice things up. And so, yes, you could eat completely clean, 100% clean every single day, and do, chicken and veggies and, hard-boiled eggs and more veggies and all of it. Yes, you can eat super clean and like just see how long you last. But for me, realistically, that's not going to last very long, because I need to have a little bit of fun. I have a sweet tooth, and I want to make sure that it's something that I can do for the long haul. And so I really recommend for you to find something that you can substitute for things that you like, that tastes good. I'm big on finding recipes that are exciting. You can go on Pinterest, on Google, and there's just so many things that you can eat. Sweet potatoes, brown rice, so many yummy veggies that you can, saute, and, I love grilled chicken and salmon and avocado. And, it's important not to forget the good fats. That's what's going to help you burn calories and burn that fat. I like to track everything that I eat on my Fitness Pal, and I really recommend that because it keeps you on track. You know exactly what you're doing, and if you're not losing, probably why. And also if you're trying to build muscle, if you're not eating enough, that's a big reason why people have a hard time building muscle. It's because they're not eating enough, and so you're kind of starving yourself. So, it's a good way to track what you're eating and what you're doing. And, I think that you should just set some goals, some short-term goals, some long-term goals, and then wake up every day and think of something that's exciting, something that you want to do, something that you want to wear, or, for me, I'm very dramatic. I'm an actor, and that's, what I do. And, I always pretend that I'm preparing to, go to the Olympics or to be on American Ninja Warrior or, something. I pretend that like my life depends on it, and I go for it, and I like to get into character, and I'm that person. I'm weird, and you know what? It gets me out of bed every day. So, maybe it's for your kids or for your, clients or employees, or, maybe you have a goal of running a marathon, or, you just have to, think of things that are motivating, that are important to you. And who cares what anybody thinks? It doesn't have to be a goal that's socially acceptable. It could just be something for you that's fun and geeky, and who cares? You don't have to share it with anyone. But I suggest that you write your goals down, and you put them somewhere where you can see them right when you wake up. Things that inspire you, and it's okay if it's other people, if it's other bodies, if it's clothing, if it's quotes, whatever it is that motivates you, you have to draw from that. And don't be embarrassed. Pin them all up around your house, and so where you can see them. I have all sorts of stuff, from quotes, places I want to go to, things I want to wear, just so many things that inspire me. Draw from that. Draw from within, from what inspires you, from what moves you, from what you're passionate about. There are things that I thought that I would never do again. I'm a dancer. I've danced my whole life. I did ballet, and at 220 pounds, I really thought like I would never dance again. And here I am taking ballet twice a week. And for me, that's huge. That's everything to me. And I box, and I do ballet, and I do weightlifting, and I hate running with a passion, so I don't even bother trying. I'll throw in sprints here and there, but I'm not really, I hate to run. So it's not my thing, so I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I know that I need to be bouncing around, doing something exciting, pretending that I'm preparing for a big fight, or for a big, ballet, performance or something. Like, I have to get into that character, to get up and to go out there and conquer. And so find what drives you and defeat your tower. If you've seen Strong on NBC, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down here, and I'll get to them. And yeah, so stay motivated, stay inspired, and do what you got to do, because I believe in you. Catch you next time.